Tim Tebow was going to be on the Jacksonville Jaguars going for a tight end spot.
Here, Stephen A. Smith is speaking of his co-worker, Tim Tebow.
What America needs to understand is that we're not talking about Tim Tebow. We all root for him individually as the person, as the man. What we were talking about is exactly what you just brought up, Max. Opportunity.
So Stephen A. is going after Tebow, a man who, when not failing to block in the NFL at a position he really never played, shoots commercials for Focus on the Family, an organization that promotes anti-abortion, gay conversion therapy, and anti-LGBTQ rights.
People think, like you say, he didn't get the job. Well, I got news for you, Max. There's a whole bunch of black folks that never even get the opportunity.
See, now this is something I find ironic, coming from Stephen A., which I'll dive into in a moment.
Coaches and organizations usually wouldn't give you the opportunity because you never paid your dues by playing the position before you tried to play it at an elite level.
Smith is right that Tebow being given the opportunity to play tight end, a position he rarely played, obviously takes a roster spot away from someone who could have used it. Even when he played as a quarterback, he was highly inaccurate, completing just under 48% of his passes.
That's when issues of race and things of that nature come into the fray, because the opportunity is what we illuminate. It's not even the result. It's the opportunity that's accorded to others that would never be accorded to us. So whether Tim Tebow got this job or not was really irrelevant. It's the fact that he got an opportunity that we can't think of a black man ever getting.
At the time of the Jaguars Tebow signing, Smith labeled it the embodiment of white privilege. To the surprise of absolutely no one, Fox News was ticked. And also to the surprise of no one, Outkick, a site founded by the laughably deplorable Clay Travis, who replaced Rush Limbaugh and caters to licking Trump's boot, lashed out at Smith for his take. The writer, Bobby Burack, echoes the words of massacre-inspiring Ben Shabibo. Meanwhile, Hall of Fame running back Eric Dickerson told y'all the truth. It's BS Tebow was given a roster spot in his return at 34 years old, but Cap can't get a phone call. Where I take aim is Smith using the words opportunity and saying paid their dues. I present Exhibit A.
There is police brutality. People of color have been targeted by police.
When Colin Kaepernick protested.
So we're waiting for the 32 owners, the 32 teams, Roger Goodell, all of them to stop running. Stop running from the truth, stop running from the people.
Then was whiteballed out of the league, banished for his protest, and set up his own tryout because the league wanted to take away his rights. Stephen A.
He don't want to play. He wants to be a martyr.
Had quite a different tune. However, there is a pattern here. When Kyrie Irving was iffy on the NBA resuming in the midst of the summer's protests across the country, sparked by the country seeing Derek Chauvin suffocate George Floyd for 9 minutes and 29 seconds, the coronavirus crushing the world, and Donald Trump still in office, the veteran point guard had expressed doubts.
That's no reason not to show up to work. The fact that racial oppression has existed, it's going to exist after this summer. So that is not an excuse not to show up to work, to do your job.
This was Stephen A.'s reaction.
You want to really, really provoke change, you make stuff happen.
As it turns out, Kyrie Irving was completely right. This was unfortunately solidified when the Milwaukee Bucks withheld their labor in the NBA bubble after seeing another shooting at the hands of police with 7 bullets in Kenosha resident Jacob Blake.
It's about sacrifice. Anytime you protest and every time you take in a stance, it's about a sacrifice, and that's exactly what these players are doing.
Then, suddenly, when everyone was on the players' side, Smith supported athletes protesting. What I'd like to see from Smith, consistency. 'Cause, as it is always, major key.